What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today on the FIREBAT mini PC, and today we're going to have a look at V-Rising. Now, I don't know quite what to expect out of this one, but I'm hoping it'll be decently playable. But we're going to go through, if I remember correctly, it couldn't quite handle 1080p on the Ally, or even 900p while staying above 60. So we're probably going to have to do all of the resolutions on here. So, we'll start off at 1080p with like high settings, then we'll do 900p medium, and then we'll do 720p low, just like we did on the Ally. So, without wasting any more time, it's time to get into the game.
Alright, so here's the settings we're going to try first. I did have to take it off exclusive full screen since it didn't want to record after that. And yeah, had to also turn some of this stuff off too. But yeah, that was kind of annoying, but other than that, it seemed to at least listen to my stuff, so the stat window might be a little small. But we'll see once we get in there. But anyway, to the game. Alright, here we are. Getting a little 1080p gameplay here. High settings. Now we are recording, so it's going to drop a little lower than it normally would, but I still don't think it would stay over 30 even if we weren't recording. Not everywhere anyway. But we'll still get a little bit of playtime here, just for fun. Oh, there's a wolf. If I remember correctly, this is that game where if the sun comes out, it starts to fuck you up, so I gotta at least keep that in mind, although if I die, it's no big deal. It's not like I'm taking this seriously. When I play the game for real, I'll take it seriously, but for now, I'm just dicking around showing you guys the frame rate it gets. Alright, well, this looks like a relatively good spot to stop, so let's move on. Now we'll do 900p real quick on medium settings instead of high. Now, I believe this one at least stays over 60, but it can't stay over, or over 40 and 30, but it can't stay over 60. Sounds like I'm getting messed up. Yep. I figured that was going to happen. I died from the sun. That's okay. I'll just respawn, and then we'll get into the game. Here we go again, but this time at 900p. And we are recording, so it's using some FPS, but we're at least staying around 40 FPS now instead of like barely at 30. So this is definitely like playable, especially on a system like this. Seems like the enemies at least respond, so that's both the gift and a curse. Sometimes I'll go look at the settings and get killed by a wolf or killed by the sun. That part's not so fun, but hey, at least it's realistic. You can't just like pause real life. So you can't pause this game. I think it's time for another hit ski. Ah, very, very good. Get back here, dear. I'm gonna eat you. Well, hell yeah. And with that, why don't we go ahead and move on to 720p now. Alright, now, here's 720p with everything on low now. Still had to do just full screen windowed because I couldn't get any recording without that, so I'll change it to exclusive once I get to camera recording gameplay though. Anyway, that's the bottom. It's game time. This is now 720p with low settings. And at least now we can get close to 60, though it is recording. It'd probably stay over 60 most of the time if we weren't not recording, but I do remember on the Ally it's still dropping under 60 in random spots. And the Ally's more powerful than this thing, so... Oh good, the sun is finally going away. It's one less thing to worry about. Earlier, I don't remember where it was, but I got like chased by some freaking giant corpse monster thing that just kind of burrowed out of the ground, and I was like, oh, that's good. Is that like this freaking graveyard's revenge from all these skeletons I killed? They all molded together underground and was like, all right, we're gonna fuck them up now. I doubt it, but that is still fun to just play pretend. It's probably just some creature that comes out if you don't move. Just to be like, hey, you didn't move, so you die. Man, I've collected so many bones, I'll be able to make so many things if I was actually gonna like take this character seriously. I'd probably be able to make like a whole armor set and then all that stuff. That's what it wants me to do. But I'll wait to do that till when I actually like play the game for real. Wow, he just like zoomed away like a jet. Alright though, why don't we move on to camera now? Alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay. I went and turned it to exclusive full screen too, so you guys could actually see the stat window. There's no way you were going to see the 4K one, not with the camera. Hell, it's probably barely doable, whatchamacallit, on screen recorded there. But it definitely runs a lot better like this, and without the screen recording, I'm sure it'll drop under 60 still in some spots, but this is just the beginning of the game area here. Take that, tree. Got 69 wood. Nice! And it seems like as long as it stays around under like 87, the fan doesn't like kick on to like crazy ridiculous speeds. But in some games it'll have spots where it'll just turn on randomly and just like ramp up, and that gets a little annoying. But most of the time it's pretty quiet. And there's probably some hidden setting in the BIOS somewhere where I could like change it to be more quiet, but then it would probably like just overheat and lose performance. So I'd just rather deal with it kicking on a little bit and annoying me rather than lose performance, you know? Although it's not guaranteed I'd lose performance. And I did get kicked out of this game once for bad networking, so any of that jumping around you see like that, I think that's from the network. But I don't know if we're 100% fact or not, though. I also should try just turning off FreeSync and see if it stops doing that in every game, because it doesn't do it in every game. And it doesn't show up in recordings, though. That's what makes me think it might be FreeSync, and not just like the RAM overheating and whatnot, like a lot of people were saying. But the network can make it judder around like that too, and this is a network-based game. That's why it kicked me out for bad network earlier. It's one of those things Achilles heel. The network is really bad. You get like maximum 30 download speed, 30 megabits per second, which is pretty damn slow. It takes quite a while to download anything, and even if I'm using my own network, it still like only goes up to about that. Oh, there's some more stuff to fight. I was wondering if stuff respawns or not. Oh, see, it did that little thing right there. I don't know if you heard it. I'm tempted to do it. Or maybe there's something else in there that gets hot that makes it want to do that. Who knows? Oh, am I getting chased by a big bad wolf? There we go. So yeah, as I always say, if you guys are going to get this and you want to play any online game, absolutely plug it into a wall. Otherwise, don't bother with online games. It does not do well, unless you're going to literally, maybe if you sat right next to your router with it, but then if you're doing that, plug it into the dang router, you know? Because then you won't have to worry about that at all, I don't think. I should do that sometime, just go take it out, plug it into some RAM monitor. I got one RAM monitor lying around somewhere. And just see if it still does this crap, you know? That'd be kind of an interesting video. But at least the frame times aren't absolute just juddery garbage. I think the juddery frame times are from the overheating RAM possibly, or overheating SSD. Those are two possibilities I've read online. But little judders around like that, almost everybody agrees that that's network based, and I could see that. I just don't have any way to prove it. Unless I, like you said, plug it into a wall and play the same kind of games. Like Warzone, Fortnite, this. Like anything that was network-based that was, like, impossible to play. If it can be played fine with a cord, then it was definitely the wireless all along. I feel like that's the only way I could really test that. Oh. And the hunter becomes the hunted. And alright, I think that's plenty of camera recorded gameplay, so why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up?
Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for V-Rising, and it seemed to do alright. Very comparable to the Steam Deck and Ally. Kind of like right in between the two, honestly. And of course, it got a little less FPS than it would have because we were screen recording with OBS and whatnot. So, that's why you can always watch the camera recorded portion for the true FPS. And 720p is about the only way you're going to get a 60 plus experience, and I can almost guarantee there's going to be some spots of the game that still drops a little under 60 here and there. So, if you're okay with all that, it seems to run just fine. And then of course you can mix the settings and see like, hey, 900p with some medium and high and all this, that, and then maybe still get around there. Or use FSR, but it's FSR 1.0, trust me, you don't want to use that garbage if you can help it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.